Dad's Gone Bad Gaming. Today is Thursday, February 13th. It's roughly 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday, and it's been a good week for all. Today, we're going to be starting up in No Man's Sky Expedition 17 Titan, and I have been looking forward to this one for a long time. Here we go. So I've already loaded up my cargo slots and my technology slots in the space anomaly at the expedition terminal. So this is the stuff I'm going to be bringing in. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm just going to go right ahead and do it. Jumping right in, and let's go ahead and start the expedition. Yes, I would definitely like to start the expedition. I feel ready to do so. Excellent. So I don't know if you've begun this or not, but this is a very, very exciting new expedition in which they're introducing gas giants and several new different types of planets. And I'm super duper looking forward to that. In my primary save, I accidentally hit a button that reset my Artemis progress, my Artemis mission progress. So I totally screwed myself as far as being able to jump in and seeing all these features outside of doing the expedition. So that's why I am stoked to be jumping in and doing the expedition. But today I just really want to get started with it. So I'm going to be jumping in, and I want to take a look at the milestones and read them down and see what this is going to be all about. All right. So this is a gas giant. We are literally standing on the surface of a gas giant. And already it looks pretty wild. We've got these sort of rock tornadoes flying around. Visibility is pretty awful. See, the radiation's not so terrible. The toxicity's up there, and it's hot. New AFTES. SV. That's a hard one to say. You got to kind of go slow with that. 198.9 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see, just a miserable place. Like, this is clearly a place where we were going to want to have hazard protection. But look at this. All kinds of storming going on. Seeing these. Oh, here we go. Expedition initialization complete. Expedition 17 Titan. First contact. Here we go. Now, let's jump in and take a look here. Now, I can't stand here too long because I might die. So I'm going to try to do this quickly. But first thing we need to do is locate our starship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get to my starship, and then I'm going to read down all the milestones just so I have an idea of what I'm looking at as far as what I have to do for this expedition. As you can see, the visibility is terrible. The winds are whipping. I probably should be resourcing up stuff as I go here. So let's do that as well. And again, just getting started with the Titan expedition, which is something I highly recommend that everybody do. And notably, this, where it starts you off, is dangerous. So those swirly tornadoes of rocks can whack you and do damage, as I had just found out. But there does seem to be some stuff here on these planets. This is, again, I'm on the surface of a gas giant. I'm going to start this kind of scanning stuff here, get my feet on the ground. With all expeditions so far that I found, as they're sort of meant to be sort of rollouts for new ideas as well as tutorials for what it's all about. I'm very excited about this one. Again, this is a brand new planet type. These are massive planets, and my understanding is that if you come to a system with one of these planets in it, hold on, where am I actually running? I'm trying to run to my ship. It should be obvious. It will be the only planet in the system that's going to be massive, and it should have some moons hanging out around it too. And I'm thinking that that's probably going to be what we're going to be needing to do in some of the earlier milestones in this. But I'm not going to count my chickens before they're hatched. But again, the idea is to initially, when you start these, kind of resource stuff. Like if there's anything available, take it, because you're probably going to need it. All right, and again, just hoping to get to my starship first before I give a read down of the whole expedition. Look down all the milestones, because I'm curious what it is that we're going to end up having to do. But I'm sure it's going to be covering the new planets that they've added and the new planet types. And I know that at the end there's a living ship that we supposedly are going to be able to find at the bottom of the ocean somewhere. That sounds pretty groovy too. All right. Oh, I should probably look over here into my chat, see if there's anything going on there. But here we go. So right away, they're bringing us right into our starship. So that's good news. We didn't have to go through any super rigorous ordeal to get our starship. And again, milestone complete, escape from Titan, reach your starship. I'm very, very hopeful that they're going to give us some kind of a cool reward, like a portable, packaged personal refiner unit. That is your first reward. Most excellent. Very good to have. I am curious if we're going to have to fix our ship, and because I can see fire kind of shooting off of it there, we probably do. So that'll probably be the next phase of what we have to do here. But I just want to get inside so that I can get away from some of the bad hazard here, so I can sit down and have a talk with you guys for a second and kind of take a peek at what we're doing. But clearly our ship is busted. So hold on, let's get to the right menu. There we go. Let's see how busted it is. Oh, this isn't too bad at all. Really, it's just two technologies kind of wiped out. All right. Yeah, we don't need a whole lot to fix those. All right, so it shouldn't take us too much effort to get the ship up and running. But notably, we do not start with a freighter. We do start with a starship that they didn't put too far away, so that's a good start. It's a hauler. I like haulers. Hey, why not? Not graceful, but they certainly are effective. And immediately we get this prepackaged personal refiner. I was so happy in the last expedition when they did this, when they just gave it to us right up front, just right up front. That is so awesome. I'm so glad they did that. All right, and again, just give me half a second here. I'm just going to click over to check out my stream. There we go. All right, and whoever's watching out there, hello there. Happy Thursday. All right, so let's do what we said we came here to do. Now that we're safe inside of our ship and our hazard protection is probably taking care of us here. And just checking my audio, make sure it works. It does. I am in a different location, broadcasting from somewhere else today, so it's a little bit new. Why did I get out of my ship? Let's get back in and let's read down the milestones, folks. Let's see what we have to do here. Expedition Phase 1. Escape from Titan. So apparently this is the name of this planet, or it seems to be the case. And that is the first milestone in this phase. The second one is leave the planet. Sure, we'll be able to do that in pretty short order. Next is to visit all the moons of a gas giant. Well, we're on a gas giant, so won't have to go too far to be able to knock that one out. Biosphere. Discover 6 plants. Don't think we're going to find any plants on this planet, but I bet you those moons, because I'm assuming those are the new planet types, are those moons, because they're trying to show us everything cool and new. We'll probably have plenty of plants to discover on them. Never look back. Warp to a new system. Catchy. It seems like a song title, right? Rendezvous 1. Reach the first rendezvous spot. Which I'm sure if in your galactic map there'll be a chain or a pathway to get to it, so that should be a piece of cake. And to take a photo at the first rendezvous point. This whole first phase seems very straightforward. Nothing too curveball-y here. It seems like that would not be a problem to be able to do all that. Let's bounce over to Phase 2. Phase 2. What have we got here? Ignition. All right, so bottled lightning. Collect storm crystals. 7 of them to be specific. And this is a pretty stormy planet we're on, so I'm going to keep my eyes open that we can't get that done right here, right at the beginning. Divergent evolution. Discover 9 creatures. Well, again, not going to find them on this planet, but those moons are pretty hopeful here. Field logistics. Cook your own food. Well, how excellent is that? And it looks like the reward there is going to be that new nutrient ingester, which is going to be like a backpack version of a nutrient processor, which is very similar to the backpack refiner. Super cool. I love where they're going with this. They should do this more. Very cool. Meal in a can. Sounds like spam to me. Deploy a nutrient ingester. Well, there it is, folks. Nutrient ingester time. Stone and fire. Destroy 50 asteroids. As soon as I find an asteroid field, we'll knock that one right out, because I'm always crazy. I feel very, very compelled every time I go by an asteroid field to shoot them. It's just the way of things, I guess. All right. By sky and sea. Install starship aqua jets. All right. So I'm guessing we're going to be having to do something with the water planet at some point. And I think that's one of the new planet types, is all water planets that are super deep. Very cool. Then we hit Rendezvous 2, reach the second rendezvous spot, and we take a picture there. And that completes Phase 2. Again, nothing super crazy there. I think we can handle this so far. All right, let's look at milestone Phase 3. Under Pressure. Love that song. Install an exosuit pressure membrane. Hoping that we get that from a previous milestone. I didn't really check the rewards. I'm just kind of cruising right on through this. I just really give them a good read down because, again, I'm trying to create sort of a checklist in my head so that if there's anything I can knock out here at the first world or on those moons, I'm going to do that. All right. Crush zone. Reach ocean depths of 1,001 units. Ooh, that's deep. Now, I remember seeing Jason do this, and Jason Plays. If you haven't watched his videos, you absolutely should. But they do a really fantastic job at creating the deep sea underwater environments, including right down to like how sunlight does not penetrate. Now, I heard that there were also some bugs that came out. Zed, we got some bugs. And so, like, for example, the Nautilus would be leaking and breaking underwater, and we were having problems with people getting crushed. So apparently they have fixed those, and we should be good to go. Hopefully, hopefully. Next up, hazard pay. Collect sea glass, 5 sea glass. Now, I'm guessing that that's something that you can do right down at the bottom of the ocean there. Excellent. So when we get down there, I think we'll have something to do. Teeming with life. Discover 7 aquatic creatures. Again, I have a funny feeling that will not be a problem. I know we're heading to a water world, so it may take a couple to get the full spread of 7 creatures to fulfill the milestone, but I think we can do it. Fathoms below. Visit the site of a sunken freighter. So, all right. So apparently there may be sunken freighters way down there at the bottom depths of the oceans, kind of like the Titanic kind of thing in the Marianas Trench. Way down there. I'm looking forward to it. And then we rendezvous up at the 3rd rendezvous spot, and we take a photo. Again, super easy. I'm not going to say if anything looks particularly hard or not here, because I don't know how hard it's going to be to get down to the bottom of the ocean to collect 5 sea glass and 7 aquatic creatures, find a sunken freighter. But, you know, nothing on there is completely out of control crazy. Like, I think that all of that seems doable, at least in terms of from talking points. We'll see when we get down there and see what happens. Okay, Phase 4. Wheels of Titan. You have to pilot a Colossus exocraft. Now, I'm personally super stoked about this one because I love the Colossus. Why? I have no idea. I just like the way it looks. Otherwise, it's pretty much a garbage exocraft. However, it does have a good radar system on it, and you can install the 2 add-on boosters as well, which give you a full spread of 6 different building types when you're looking for stuff using the scanner inside of it. Now, supposedly, the Colossus also they have added a module for it so that you can add in 2 not personal refiners, medium refiners or something like that. There's the ability to add refiners to the Colossus, which means that while you're cruising around, slowly, albeit because this thing is very, very slow, but if you're cruising around in that thing, that you can mine up some stuff and actually process it right on board the Colossus. And I thought that was pretty slick. That is very, very cool. Anyway, now that I've overtalked that point, let's move on. No place like home. Construct a base on a gas giant. Now, it would make sense if I can. I should just go ahead and do that now, or once I'm done reading these down, because I'm on a gas giant. But the real question is, do I have the base blueprint? I do not know. So we'll have to check on that. But anyway, we've got to build a base on one of these gas giants. Winds of change. Get carried away by a tornado. Hold on, let me read that again. Winds of change. Get carried away by a tornado. Now, I'm not going to get carried away because of tornadoes. It literally means get carried away by a tornado, which sounds like that's going to be a whole lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to giving that a swing. So maybe we could also get that out of the way, considering we have tornadoes right here on our starting world. Maybe. We'll have to check that out. But cool, so tornado hopping, that's a thing. I love it. Plasmic oceans. Catch 4 fish from gas giants. So apparently there's oceans on gas giants? Okay. Do not know, but I'm going to presume that there's some sort of ability to fish on a gas giant, or else they would not have put that in there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that when we get to it. It should be interesting. Hazardous material. Gather crystallized helium, and not a little bit, but 256 units worth of it. So I'm wondering, how hard is it going to be to gather crystallized helium? Now, hopefully that's also on these new gas giants, so hopefully I can bang that one out while I'm here now. However, we have a slightly different problem, and that would be that we don't yet also have an advanced mining laser, which could prove to be a problem. But I'm not going to super worry about that right now. I'm just going to keep on trucking here. Then after all of that, which could be problematic, we have to get to the 4th rendezvous spot and take a picture. Now, again, Phase 4 looks like it could cause us a little bit of problems here. Like, okay, getting carried away by a tornado, finding water to actually fish in this crazy, completely, absolutely awful world. Gathering crystallized helium could be a problem. We don't know. Not until we get into it, we're not going to know. But again, none of these seem too ridiculous. Knock on wood. All right, moving up to Phase 5. What is Phase 5 offering us here? Quantum bedrock. Earn 7,200 nanites. Now that should be a breeze if we can get ourselves to a couple of pirate stations. But let's just see how that goes. Legacy. Rename a discovery. Now that should be pretty straightforward and easy. That should take us no time at all because you can select what your discoveries are, I do believe. Oh, no. That's like when you find a planet, or I guess if you discover an element, a plant, a rock, a critter, something like that. So that should be a no-brainer, super easy one to get done. I don't even know how to say this word. Reliquary. All right, well, I'm not going to stress too hard over that, but you have to excavate ancient bones, and that means 6 of them, to be specific. That shouldn't be a problem, and those generally tend to sell pretty well, so those would be valuable to find and sell. All right, genetic currency. Earn 90,000 units for discovering a creature. Oh boy, so that means we're probably going to need to get those scanner techs to be able to boost up how much money we make when we discover new things, like new creatures or new plants or new minerals. So we're going to be on the lookout, and I think that means that the play style might be sort of a little bit of a hybrid of, like say, the Fugitive Run, where we're desperately trying to find stuff, and we're using scanners all the time and our signal boosters to find crashed ships and stuff. That feels to me like we're going to have to apply those kind of tactics to get that one sorted out. That one could be a kludge. That could take some time. Surveyor of Worlds. Explore on foot. 9,999 units. Well, I'm pretty sure we can do that. So that's just going to be a whole lot of walking, and I think we're going to be doing it. So, and then Rendezvous 5. Find the final rendezvous, and then take a picture. Excellent. I like that in all 5 phases, the last 2 milestones are like, go to the rendezvous point, take a picture. Like, love it. And I'm assuming that the final phase is just really the wrap up, which it does look like that is the case. Interesting note here that all of the phases have 7 milestones except for phase 2, which has 8. All right, but at the moment, we haven't done anything. We just literally got to our ship and plunked down in it. And we're going to have to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of time into that. But the main thing that I wanted to cover in this video was just looking down the milestones and saying, oh my gosh, this is the task before us. This is what we have at hand. So we've already reached our starship, and it says we have to leave the planet. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we're going to need some stuff to do that. Because I know I don't have everything I need yet to fix my ship. But again, this isn't as bad as it has been in many of the other expeditions where you're starting and you're like, oh my god, my whole ship is just torched, and you're just SOL, completely out of luck there. Doesn't seem so bad. So first of all, before I get too crazy, can I actually build any of this stuff? Oh good, okay. So you do maintain your recipes from your primary save if you're playing on your primary save, which is fine. All right, but obviously I don't have what I need. So I'm going to need some ferrite dust, that's for sure. See, pure ferrite there. And what else have we got here? And we're going to need a hermetic seal and more ferrite dust to make that. So we need some ferrite dust. So we need to get out of here, as terrible as this may be, and find some ferrite dust. Oh, wait. And obviously, always check these distress beacons because you can get a tech out of some of these. So let's check it out. And again, this is something that I didn't really think so much about until I tried to do the Fugitive Run. Again, I got 6 hours in and died, and then did it again. And I'm happy to say I'm about 40 hours in on the Fugitive Runs, just looking for graves now. I have everything else I need. But the point is that these are the things you're looking for. You're looking for technologies that are not necessarily associated with the storyline. Now, in this, we can use technologies from the storyline, and that's fine. But the idea here is to just make sure you check on everything, because you never know. Sometimes you can get technologies from this thing too. That's cool. And at the moment, I'm just going to take everything. Nanites, yay, nanites. But ferrite dust and oxygen or carbon are definitely on the menu for what we need the most to just get started. Now here's a point, and then some people play this one way, some people play this the other, but I almost always take the rusted metal. Again, something I've adapted from my fugitive run is literally ferrite dust. You just toss it in your refiner and you're good to go. And I do not have a Atlas pass, so that's not going to happen for me. All right. But I do have a mining beam. I should darn well start using it because I'm going to need stuff, like literally everything. Anything that I can find, I'm going to need it. I should probably scan this stuff too. Oh, it already has done that. So apparently these guys here are comprised of salt and oxygen. And oxygen being the lesser of the two, which means you have to harvest a whole bunch of these if you really want to get a bunch of oxygen. And I'm almost standing in the middle of one of those tornadoes. Can you fly? Can I fly in this? I don't feel like I'm getting any lift off of that. So I'll go ahead and pass. All right, but again, I'm just trying to resource up. I need ferrite dust. No ferrite dust, no ship flying. Oh, what's that big thing? Maybe let's get some ferrite dust. And that's just made out of salt. That big ass thing, it's just made out of salt. Don't need the salt, but I understand. Apparently, this crazy planet has a lot of salt. Now, it would be really nice if I had a Sentinel multi-tool, but we're going to save that for later. We're just trying to get our feet on the ground, literally here. Just getting our feet on the ground. So we've looked down the milestones. We know more or less what we're facing here, and we're going to move forward doing it. And again, with whether it's a new save or an expedition, wherever it is that you start up, you want to collect up some stuff, because basically you have nothing, and that's not helpful. Dihydrogen is always a winner to collect because you can make so many things like life support and ship launch fuel. Both of these things are highly important. One for getting the ship off the ground, obviously, and the other for surviving in nasty worlds like this one. And this is definitely a nasty world. But this is what it looks like on the surface of a gas giant. And we even have these cool little, I don't know what they're called, but you run towards them and they just kind of run away. They're like, no, no, no. Like, all right. Now, fortunately, I'm doing okay on my hazard protection, but I'm not doing so great on finding ferrite dust. Interesting. I wonder if they planned that. They're like, oh, no, no. All these crazy planets cannot have ferrite dust. Oh, goodness gracious, no. It's going to make it difficult for the players. Like, okay, well, it's working. Now, I know that I can burrow underground, and I should be able to partially get rid of most of the effect from this. But I'm not seeing anything. I mean, oh my gosh, this is like... Okay, so I have these basic rocks, so I can find salt and oxygen, having some luck finding some condensed carbon in little bits. And some dihydrogen in little bits. There we go. But it's all about the little bits. All right. So again, if you're just getting started, you're probably going to end up on a planet just like this. Probably going to be looking for ferrite dust, just like I am, so I can repair up my ship. So I'm kind of looking for rocks, but all these things that look like rocks, when I get close to them, they just disappear. That's not so great. All right, but I got some sodium, so all right, that's good. But I'm not finding anything here. All right, let's go up the hill a bit, see if we can't find stuff up here. Maybe there's some ferrite dust-like stuff here. Let's see that. That's just a visual glitch. It's not even really there. Same with that. That stinks. Literally shooting up, mining the dihydrogen right on the other side of it. But I have not found ferrite dust yet. And I suspect that you guys will run into these kinds of problems too. And again, this is sort of the curse/joy of getting started with a new save or doing a new expedition, is getting your feet on the ground. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is to get started. Like I remember when I started the Fugitive run, I was not prepared for what it was, and I died. And then it learns you. Then you learn a little bit. You're like, all right. But I am still looking for ferrite dust, and apparently this world is quite devoid of it. Literally no ferrite dust. The salt. I can get all the salt I want. What good is that? What does that even refine into? Like sulfurine, I think. I don't think it's sodium. I think it's either that or chlorine. But again, not super useful. And like this, although it looks like it could be a cool feature on the ground, like it could be ferrite dust, it's not. If I get up on top of the hill here, I can get a better look around. Maybe I can find something. Oh, did somebody build a base? Is that a base? Ooh, base. All right, so again, we're just getting started with the Titan expedition right now. And this is a gas giant world. So if you're curious what they look like, if you haven't found one for yourself yet or started up the expedition, here it is. Pretty unforgiving, I would say. Now, I already got some ferrite dust. So, I mean, I should say some stuff to make ferrite dust. So I should probably stop complaining and start making it. But I guess what I need to do is find cargo drops, because that's where you can get them off of the broken cargo containers. Not the damaged machinery, but the cargo containers. Although these aren't being super helpful. So, you know, okay, I got a few nanites, gee, thanks. Golly gee. Let's see, do I have a terrain manipulator? Why ain't this working? I don't know, because I need to get underground. Oh, I'm close to a base. That's why I'm near somebody's base. But I need to get safe, because I'm not safe right now. There we go. Now, fortunately, I've been able to find sodium deposits, a little bit of oxygen here and there, which is on every planet. Even if it says it doesn't have any flora, it will have that. I guess that's just sort of the common denominator, and I need to shut off my terrain manipulators so I'm not just nerfing everything I come across here. And what I need to look for are those cargo drops, because if you can't find ferrite dust, this is the way to do it. You go to those cargo drops, like right there, that one, damaged machinery. There should be, it's supposed to be a cargo drop, it's not supposed to be that. But we might find ferrite dust there. What we're looking for is those containers where you have to, where you get the rusted metal off of it. Oh, gosh, that one's pretty close. So let's go check that one out. We'll see if there's any chance that we get some more ferrite dust. All right. And good afternoon, everybody. We are starting up Expedition 17, Titan in No Man's Sky. And this is the one that I just went to. And see, so I can't borrow it here because I'm on somebody's base, or within the perimeter of somebody's base. So I'm going to start working my way back to my ship. If I can find it. There we go. Work my way back to my ship and just collecting everything that I can. There's not a whole lot on the surface of these planets to collect, and it's also, you know, you'll notice that the lighting is a little different too. It's a little weird. So even though those planets were like vibrant and red, they came across as a sort of dull, poopy brown until you actually got right on them, which I thought was pretty neat. I don't want the bolt cast. What's this? What is this? This is so cool. What is that? Unidentified mineral? So apparently there's liquid mineral here, and this thing's worth some ferrite dust to me. So I almost don't want to destroy it. Am I going to destroy it? Yep, I guess I am. So they have these new cool pools of water just hanging out. I wonder if I can fish in that. Is that how I'm supposed to fish? Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. Doesn't matter, I don't have a fishing rod right now, so it doesn't matter. However, as you can see, my hazard protection is getting pretty down there, so I'm going to have to pay a little attention to that, and probably my life support too, as I continue to work my way back to the ship. And the ship is over this rock. Ooh. See, and it's just salt. It's like, yeah, man, where's all the ferrite dust? I don't really want salt. Do I really need salt? Like, most things don't use it to recharge, so, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to continue to head back to our ship. Should be down there somewhere. Oh, those. I see how they just collapse. You know, it faked me out. I was thinking, oh, maybe that's ferrite dust. Yeah, maybe no. Nope. Let's see even here where the Those are actually bright yellow plants, but it's so like dusty and foggy here that you can't even tell. Ew, my jetpack is all charged up. That's fine. I don't really need it right now. But I do wonder about the tornado thing. I'm wondering if the idea here is that maybe if there's a centralized storm or something like that, some center point where you can actually get some lift and elevation out of it. That would be pretty wicked, for sure. All right, but we're heading back to our ship. I think we have enough stuff to be able to make the ferrite dust we're going to need to clear out of here. I think, and I'm pretty sure we have enough carbon. So, and of course, because you know you could never have enough salt on this. Apparently, these gas giants are got a lot of salt on them. And you know what? I should look in here. Did I even install that? I did. Yes. And I'm again trying to get ferrite dust. Ferrite dust is the thing. And so the rusted metal, which I think is 1-to-2 ratio, it is 1-to-2. So that 58 is going to come out to 116, which should be enough to get me started. Let me just get started fixing up my ship. Now again, I'm not going to race to get off of this planet. Viscous fluids. Well, I'll take it for now because that does grind out into nanites. Since I have a personal refiner, it's not a bad thing. Keep it busy, which is pretty awesome. All right, and now we are back at our crash ship. Just as I'm starting to take damage, let's get on board here and see what we can do. All right, we don't have the pure ferrite, but we can make the metal plating. Can we not? I gotta wait for that to come out of my refiner. Gonna need one of those at some point, so I might as well do that. All right, let's get this again. Pure ferrite we're gonna need, and metal plating. So let's go back now. Again, I'm super stoked that they gave us the personal refiner. Like that's just butter. That's fantastic. I'm so glad they did that. All right, now we don't have the pure ferrite, but we can make this metal plating, and we're probably gonna need a little of that too. So let's put that in there. All right. Now again, there's a fair amount. It seems that there's going to be a fair amount of repairing things, building things, prepping things. So that sort of maintenance-y kind of aspect of it is definitely there, and we're going to need pure ferrite. Pure ferrite this time. All right. How do we make pure ferrite? That we take ferrite dust, dump it in there. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so that should be enough. So let's bang out some pure ferrite. So again, I'm suspecting we're going to be using our personal refiners an awful lot in this expedition, which I'm super excited about. If you can hear the spaceship landing in the background. Cool, right? All right, and back over to Starship. And ta-da! We have a functioning Starship. Hey, boo-boo. How cool is that? All right. We don't really have the go-go juice for our pulse engine, which means that we either need to find a asteroid field when we get into space, or something more dihydrogen down here. Launch thruster critically damaged. I just fixed that, didn't I? I did. Okay, so that's not a valid thing. All right, so let's jump back over and look at our expedition stuff here. It looks to me like the best idea is going to be to leave the planet, find a moon, and check it out. So let's do that so we can get a couple more milestones under our belt, maybe some rewards, and see what kind of cool, groovy stuff we can get. Now, noticeably, I didn't see any, and that doesn't mean they're not here, but storm crystals. Like, all right. I mean, is it worth it to take a land? And you know what? I think it is. I'm just going to take a quick look. Just a quick look, because I see storm crystals right there. I want them. And we're going to need 7 of them, so well worth it. Well, again, one of those things of like early resourcing in expeditions tends to save you a fair amount of trouble, headache, and blah, blah, blah later. So hopefully I can resource this thing. Hello, Storm Crystal. 6 more and I'll get a milestone. Excellent. And what's that? Is that even there? Oh, advanced mining laser. Yes. Dubiously. Well, I don't have one. So that's something to think about. I'm going to have to find it. Now, it might be worth it, and I'm probably going to do this because I've really got into the habit in the Fugitive Run, which I am going to be referring to often because I'm going to get back to that. I was actually enjoying it a great deal. Salt and oxygen. But the idea here is I'm going to try to build a signal booster and just see if there's any structures or crashed ships or anything here. Signal booster. Metal plating. I need metal plating and carbon nanotubes. All right. We can do this. Metal plating and nanotubes. Well, apparently no bueno there. So I need carbon, and I only have condensed carbon. And the metal plating is the ferrite dust, which I don't have any of that either. So I'm a bit of a schnit here. All right. I said schnit. Guys, get your minds out of the gutter. Yeah. All right. So, again, we find ourselves in that situation where ferrite dust is something that we need. And I'm willing to cede that, or secede, that I'm going to have to go to another planet just so that I have an easier time finding the ferrite dust that I want. And that's fine, because there are moons. And I'm sure those moons have much easier, it'll be a much easier time to get some resources. Because here, it's not. Although, I shouldn't complain. If I do get more oxygen, I can make carbon out of that. But look at this. You take this big ass thing here. You shoot it down. And, all right, so I destroyed it. I got 10 oxygen out of it. Oh, I think I see another storm crystal. I'm going to go get that. Yay. 35 salt and 1 oxygen. So those things, those minerals where you have secondary attributes to it, like, oh, okay, it gives you this and a little bit of that. They're not kidding when they say a little bit. They mean a little bit. But again, I'm really hoping I can get to a dissonant world somewhere in here, because I would really like to get a much better, ship and multi-tool. Ooh, and while we're at it, get on the ground here for just a second, because I'm about to start taking some damage. Thankfully, there's been enough sodium on this world that it has not caused me a tremendous amount of grief to stay alive here. But I'm seeing another storm crystal over yonder. So I'm going to go ahead and head over that way and grab it. Again, that's going to save me some time later. Extreme temperature detected. Now I'm going to have to fly halfway up that hill there to get it, but that's all right. And as always, especially early on, that's where you want to try to blast out as much of the resourcing as you can. While you're still getting your sort of feet on the ground. And I'll help you as far as all the stuff you're going to need later. All right, Storm Crystal, I know you're around here somewhere. There you are. And apparently these are used to make warp hypercores as well. And that's just groovy. Oh, I got 2 storm crystals. Yay. Most excellent. All right, so there's another one over there. Oh, golly. There, I want to get on the other side of this ridge. There we go. And we'll rock and roll over to there. And again, there seems to be enough of disbursement of both nitrogen, sodium, and oxygen. Am I saying the right thing? You know what? I'm harvesting it so fast I can't even tell. But sodium and carbon. And here we go. With the atmosphere being so full of dust and grime here, that it's pretty darn hard to spot things based like you normally would based on its color. Cause you know that the sodium stuff usually glows. So especially at night, you can see them really well. But not today. All right. And again, let's sort of start to head back to the ship. Keeping an eye out for any storm crystals that we can easily rabbit hole our way into. Again, plenty of salt already. Don't really need a whole lot more salt. Oh gosh, yeah. I know. Yonder phone ringeth. We're going to ignore that and keep on trucking here. So apparently we're going to learn a word. So there are language stones on gas giants. This one's a Korvax, so we must be in a Korvax system then. So we just learned a Korvax word, which is excellent. But I'm getting pretty excited to start hopping, meaning head out to one of the moons. Check the time here. Start checking out the moons, because that is part of the expedition. Is to check out all the moons of a gas giant. And, well, we've certainly found the gas giant, as we are plopped right down on it. Man. All right, but I think I've had enough of this. I think I'm ready to move on. So let's just make sure that everything's fixed, or enough is fixed that we need. Then we have launch fuel, so let's go ahead and load that in. Pulse engine. I don't have any fuel for the pulse engine, so this is going to be a little tricky. Maybe if we have any gold. Do we have any gold? No, we don't have any gold. Okay. This is going to be a little tricky. But you know what? We need to get out of here. There's one of those like lightning stone tornadoes. Check that out at another time. All right. We are in the skate system. And we have just left the planet, which means we should. There we go. Milestone complete. Leave the planet. We did that. All right, folks, I am super excited. Oh, hey, Citrus. Whoa, hey, how you doing, bud? Didn't even see you there. Looking over to the right. Happy Thursday. There are rocks with some ferrite dust, so you can always put some condensed carbon in a refiner and get some carbon. That's true, too. So lots of cobalt in the starting planet. Make sure you get a ton of batteries. Good point, and thank you for the reminder. You have to shoot asteroids anyway, so you get plenty of that, too. All right. Now, I just left the planet, and I did not dig up the cobalt, so I guess I kind of suck. But since I'm up here already, let me take a look around. And I should probably be in cockpit. Oh, there's a moon right there. So we'll just go ahead and start by going there. What's the worst could happen, right? Hi, Ben Citrus. How are things? I have been doing, or I should say up until yesterday, popping on and doing like an hour here, an hour there of the fugitive run. And it really has come down to graves. Like, I'm good to go. I'm ready to go to the next galaxy, but I have not been able to find the graves. And so I may have to edit my ruling on that to say, you know what, it's okay if you find them for travelers in pirate systems, because that'll work. But I have had zero luck, and I've been trying for a really long time, and I'm getting really frustrated with it. So just saying. All right, let's get our butt moving here and fly out to this planet here. But all I need is a little bit of tritium, whatever you want to call it, and we should be good to go. And hopefully this moon has, quartz, phosphorus, and salt. Quartzite, well, that's something we need, so I guess that's cool. But you know what, I'm going to go check it out. Right? You haven't found any on your pirate safe, but you found like 12, the graves, that is. Yeah, you know, there's just something bizarre about that. Like, there's something, oh my, look at this planet, dudes. Oh my God, my dudes, look at this. These huge, cool rings, and everything's monochromatic. Oh, this is pretty slick. Also looks like there's probably a ton of vegetation, maybe even plants here too, so I can get down there and start scanning, and I bet I could probably find some ferrite dust. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go ahead and land. See what this moon has to offer. So apparently there's like 5 or 6 moons around here, and I'm guessing that we have to just fly around to all of them. So that's one of the milestones. But look at that. Pure ferrite right there. Oh, but I need an advanced mining laser. Oh, biscuits. All right. Well, one thing that we've learned from doing the fugitive and pirate type runs is that an advanced mining laser is a very, very important thing to have. I see mean creatures afoot here. Oh, I guess I've already scanned you, so now I'm going to have to shoot you. Because you're not going to be nice. Sorry, buddy. You're scaring me. You're scaring me, Lefty. And your little friend, too. And your little dog, too. Besides, we're probably going to need some meat and guts and stuff to cook up something later. But again, like, check this out. These plants are bright red, but yet, bright blue. Can't even tell what color they are. But here, they're just gray. Wicked. Just wicked. All right, but to find technologies, generally speaking, these signal boosters have proven themselves to be quite the hit. I need some ferrite dust. Probably don't have it. Yes, sir. Don't have it. Now, we might as well keep our inventory slots clean. I don't have enough stuff to start fussing and worrying about all that yet. At least not too much. But let's keep this guy busy. I'll be looking for some ferrite dust. Voila! Ferrite dust and chromatic metal. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. So, like on the gas giant, we're having kind of a tough time finding some ferrite dust. Here, we're finding 2-in-1s, like minerals that have two elements that we need: chromatic metal and ferrite dust. Highly useful. But interestingly, this is a very difficult planet to see. Like I'm having a really hard time like distinguishing what I'm actually seeing here. Because of that monochromaticness, and I think that it's super dope. I mean, this is really cool. I am enjoying this. There, so give me some more ferrite. There. Apparently, I have to charge you up. Here we go. Oh, drones are investigating. Drones, really? Stupid ass drones. Notably, this isn't a highly toxic planet, so I can hang out outside, and I'm going to be okay there. At least you have a decent-looking hauler. Mine just looks so bad. I bet. I'm thinking that I'm going to try to probably hop on a little later on tonight. Maybe if you want, we could try to stream at the same time. That way I can see your screen, too. That would be kind of cool. Just tossing it out there. But I found that I've been able to dig up a little bit of time during the day, and so that's what I'm trying to do, is to just stream when I can. But this planet... This is really cool. I mean, look at these rings. We could do like some sort of like a spaceship race or something like that. Oh my God, will you leave me alone? Just go away. Just go away. All right, I still need the ferrite dust, just a little bit more ferrite dust so I can build a signal booster so that I can get my advanced mining laser. So, everything's always dependent on everything else in this. Rabbit holes galore. Right, here we go. Here's some ferrite dust. So again, the ground may be covered with rocks that we can use, but they're hard to see. Which I love it. Which I'm assuming is another aspect of the World's Part 2 update, which is, can I get that? Yeah, I can. That they've added so much more detail. The planets now look amazing. Oh, this can't be good. Whatever that was, that can't be good. But, okay, so like there's all this like flora and fauna and like check it out. I mean, it's just cool. Like the planets look so much more complete. Anybody who's been playing this game for a while can remember back to, you got me, did you? Yeah, wise guy. Remember back to when planets were really just flat mat textures, and any terrain objects that were there were, stood out highly. What's that? I don't like that. I don't like that. That feels dangerous to me. All right. As I completely get bitten by everything that I'm, classically running over here. Come on. I guess not. Getting close to having enough ferrite dust, though. But again, there could be rocks underneath all this, and I just can't see them. Which is fine, because I like that the terrain is, like check this out. The hydrogen. What color does that look like to you? Mm-hmm. Love it. So the atmospheric lighting qualities here are definitely in full force. I'm just going to go ahead and mine it all up. It sure would be nice to get a Sentinel multi-tool, though. That would be pretty cool. And an advanced mining laser, of course. But, you know, you don't really realize how important that is until you don't have one. I guess that's sort of the way of things, right? You just never know how much you miss something until you don't have it. Yeah, I know you're investigating. I need them. I need it. I need it. So just go away. More ferrite dust. Just leave me alone. Let me get my ferrite dust and be happy. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. I have to confess, I started this a little bit last night on my Xbox. I just wanted to kind of give it a quick look so that when I decided to start streaming on the PlayStation... Oh, who's shooting me? Hello. Why are we shooting me? I don't like that. Bad, Sentinels. Bad. Oh my God, look at how dark it is under here. So yeah, so on my Xbox save, I basically went right to the Dissonant Moon, got myself a Sentinel rifle and a Sentinel ship, and the ship was cool looking too. It was just really groovy. It was unlike one I had seen before. It was a Sentinel ship that looked like it had been completely neutered down to a cockpit flying on a plate. It was a weird looking thing. All right, I can go back to my ship. I have enough stuff. Ta-da, ship. Okay. Now, what I really want is this guy, the signal booster. So I need the metal plating and the carbon nanotubes. All right. I should be able to do all that now. And again, the point of me doing this, I need more carbon. More carbon, you say. Well, I have the oxygen, so I can do it. Why did I do that? Oh, boy. All right. So we just take that out. And oxygen, there you are, sir. Put you in there. And fire away. Yeah, going for a signal booster. So we just need some carbon nanotubes. Should not be a problem. So happy they gave us the personal refiner right off the bat. Like, I think that they realized when they did that in that expedition for the first time, I was like, this is a good idea. Oh, hold on. Let's take a look over here in the chat. I jumped in blind last night on a shorter stream. Yep. 10:30 a.m. and it's already lunchtime on what will be a super slow day. I love those days. Those are good ones, my friend. And we actually have snow here. You know what? The same thing here, too. It's strangely enough, over the last 2 weeks, it's been actually snowing a lot in New England, which you'd think is normal, but that is not how it has been out here for quite some time. So, yes, there is snow on the ground here, too. It's funny because, you know, I'm an old guy, so I think back, and I'm like back to the days of when it would snow a lot in New England. Not so much anymore. But apparently this winter, yes, and I love it. Just love it. You know, like the kids had like a delayed start today. They had a snow day last week. Carbon nanotubes. So I'm trying to multitask, and as you may know, I'm pretty lousy at doing that. Here we go. Finally I can build one. What's the chances that on the first pop? Oh, and look, see, it looks red as if you can't actually build it, but that's just because it looks red. You can actually build it. Cool, right? And let's go ahead and pop off one. Ba-ba-boom. I've got probably about another 20 minutes before I'm going to have to pack up. Again, I'm in a remote location today, and I was just like, gosh darn it, I haven't streamed in a while. I need to do it. And so I just pushed myself to do it. And you know what? I was talking so much that I missed what it was that the thing found. Oh, there it is. That is an abandoned building. All right, not exactly ideal for what I was looking for, but you know what? We'll go anyway. But I'm digging this planet. Like, it is. Like, this is the brightest it gets here, and everything is all gray with a little splash of red. Very, very cool. Now, as you can see on the bottom, it says survey all moons of a gas giant. And because I've landed here, that means it's given me the first one. I guess when they say survey, they just really mean you can just go ahead and land on it. Just land on it. I think that's all you have to do. Well, now. And since we're not in the fugitive run, oh, yeah, oh boy. Not a big fan of doing that. You know, I'm not the OP guy. Oh, dang it. I'm going to step on every single dangerous flora there. But that is a good point. If I want to collect up the eggs here, I can get some nanites for them. Might have to do that just to give you all a laugh. It's like, how bad is Dad's Gone Bad in hand-to-hand combat? Really bad. A little bit better into ships, but not super great on this. So the idea here is that if I want to do this, I need to get the eggs. And that would mean, I think we have to shoot them, right? And then those guys show up. Then I just basically run around. Oh, God. I suck so bad at this. Oh, wait, I think I have to do a mining beam, don't I? Yeah, that's right. That's it. All right, now I got it. Sorry. Keep forgetting those guys are actually after me. I think the idea is to just kind of run around, you know, and shoot them up, and you pick them up, and then you run, because they're after you. And we just keep doing this until we get all the eggs. There's one. Boop. Oop, ow, ow. And the good news is when you feel like you need to take a break, you just kind of hop up on the roof here, and it'll all be good. But yeah, so this was another thing too, is that I remember in the Fugitive Run, that if you wanted to go into an abandoned building, the idea was that you should be Joe Cool and do it this way first. And he's going to come right over here and shoot me. I just want the darn larval core. And the idea is that you have to collect them all before it'll let you, or before you, and this is just sort of a role-playing aspect of it. I want you, yes, there we go, to get all the eggs. Oh, oops, I ate that one. All right, I need to just heal up here real quick. No. Yes, there we go. Apparently I've got hazard protection just fine, but what's up with this? Oxygen, no oxygen. Well, critters are worth oxygen. Maybe I could shoot them. I get any oxygen for blasting him? No, I get rancid flesh. Joy. Alright. But anyway. And the mining beam. And it looks like, you know, I mean, these guys aren't that bad because it's essentially like they'll warn you that they're about to do what they're going to do. You know, they do this sort of like, I'm getting ready to run you over now. Okay, I'm going to run you over now. Like that. Like he told me he was going to hit me. I saw that coming a mile away, but no. Oh, nuts. And again, I obviously don't have very many technologies going on for my suit, so my jetpacks aren't super great yet. And let's see, more eggs. Where are there? There's some more eggs. And he's about to charge. Come on. And he's about to charge. All right. And I'm in trouble. Which is fine. So my hazard protection is great. But my life is not. Because I don't have oxygen. Let's see here. Oh, what's this? I'm looking over at the chat for a quick second here. I got killed by a... Dude, I have dyslexia. I thought that said I got killed by a tomato last night. But no, I got killed by a tornado last night on a starting planet. And of course, my grave was like 25 units off the ground and me with no jetpack, high gravity gas giant. That sucks. Sorry, bud. That totally sucks. That super totally sucks. And I don't have oxygen, and that is the thing I need. Fantastic. But of course, this is kind of a bit of a rabbit hole. So, all right, I need carbon. And I'm hearing phones ringing, and I have about maybe 13 more minutes before I'm going to have to sign off. But again, I'm planning on being back on tonight to take a much deeper dive into this and just see how far I can get with it. Look, Dave, I think all the critters have gone away. Let's see, because I sat up there talking for so long. And they're back. Yep. Just give me my larval ball so I can get out of here. And we'll just hide up here. And I think I can put those right into my refiner, so let's do that. Let's see how this sorts out. Oh my gosh, 450 nanites? Dang. Useful. That is useful. And that is why we do that. All right, rancid flesh. I don't think I can do much with that. But there are more eggs down there. I'm just trying to let myself heal up a little bit. And because I don't have any carbon, this is kind of a bad idea to hang around here. Well, hold on. I know I'm just kind of bouncing around, but let's take a look at this. Oxygen, life support, and dioxide. Well, let's see if we can't make some of those life supports since we obviously don't have the oxygen. Life support. Launch fuel, life support. Dihydrogen. Well, I can make that, so let's do that. You know, I'm going to do it the slow way here, but that's fine. Life support gel. There we go. Please pass the jelly. All right. Life support. Have some life. Let's support it. And let's do it. I like the way Jason does it, where he just kind of flies around the whole thing and does this sort of parkour version of it. But I suppose I could do it this way too. Again, I'm not super duper combat oriented, so, you know, this might be a little goofy or a little painful for some of you to watch, but I'll get there eventually. Well, kind of lead them away and just come rolling right back. All right, we're clear there. I think we're clear at that pile too. There we go. Of course, I'm getting my butt like slammed around all the time here because, you know, I stink at this. Critical damage taken. Oh, okay. I've been critically damaged. Those look like eggs, but they're not. Okay. What's up with this critical damage business? So something got busted up in my shields or something like that. But obviously I can't recharge them because I don't have ion batteries. That would be helpful right now. No, I bet it was not easy getting your items from the grave, dude. 25 feet off the ground with no jetpack? Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like fun. Found a bunch of mold in the first few systems, so nanites should not be an issue. I noticed that last night as well, too, that one of the moons was covered with it. And somebody had built a farm as well. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes it a whole lot easier. For sure. All right. Well, I think I'm done with the whole idea of playing with the aliens, and I'm going in. Sure, there's probably a few more I could do. Maybe, maybe not. But nonetheless, let's get serious. All right, and I think that there's a hazardous plant here somewhere. I just got whacked in the head. There you are. Oh, you can't. Super hard to hit. Okay, fine, fine. Be that way. I'll let you just, whack me some more there. That's fine. And you see that little baby alligator that was in there? That was cool. There's some kind of a computer terminal in here? Yeah, I just got hit by the thing that it won't let me shoot. I get to read the encyclopedia. I've learned the word for traveler in Corvax. And I continue to get whacked at that thing that's hiding out above my head. And I do not see an active terminal in here. And I cannot get out that way, so let's try down here. Maybe there's something down here. Alright, and first aid. More searchy. Again, where's... That's what I'm looking for. A computer terminal, the abandoned terminal station. Let's do this. You know what? I'm not going to bother. Again, last night when I was doing this on my Xbox, I had gathered some of these, and I was keeping my personal refiner going all the time, like constantly trying to grind up into nanites, which is fine. But right now, as I said, for this particular stream, I'm just trying to get off the ground. I wanted to read down all the milestones, get my feet underneath me, and have a trajectory set so that when I can have some time a little later on, that I get back on and pick it up from there. But we get to analyze the data log. I discovered something coded deep within the long dead traveler's data. Something that is left that will aid me on my journey. Nanites. Oh, a lot of nanites. I guess that's cool. All right. And, again, we're doing the expedition. We are in phase 1, and it looks like I can get some stuff. So I'll do that. I get the prepackaged teleport receiver unit for my ship. And I think that's pretty wicked, too. That's a really great technology to get. Just have to get back to my ship and put it on it. All right, shippy, where are you, buddy? There you are. You're over that away. And I really would much rather have some sort of a sentinel ship here. Because, again, the one that I found last night on my Xbox was, I would say, the most minimalistic looking one I've ever seen. It was really minimal. I mean, it was really bizarre. It was like just a cockpit with an engine and one flat plate, almost like a baseball cap. I know it's a little bizarre, but there you have it. Now, technically, I've already found everything I need to find on this particular moon, in theory. However, I'm not quite done with it, because I need to scan a few things. And I can see that there are obviously critters here. Uh-oh. Apparently that critter is back and being mean to me. Oh, you must die. Die, critter. There we go. I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad. Probably gonna need that scaly meat for something anyway. Are those big ring things? Are those an actual refinable thing? To point out another thing that I had found is that on one of the moons it had those ancient ruins that gave that new type of material. And I thought that was really cool too, so I did collect up a bunch of those, and I'm looking forward to finding those again. Don't think it was, I don't remember which planet or which moon it was on, but they were really cool. And apparently somehow, some way, you can get some building blueprints to make that worth it in some way. Oh, I guess I'm just shooting critters here. That's not very nice of me. Not really out to shoot critters. It's not really what I'm trying to do here. Except those critters. Those guys, I can shoot those all day long. I need the oxygen anyway. Now, I know I can walk up to him, and he's got this little sort of bulb on the top of him that if I really want to take it, I could. But I'm not feeling it. So, just keep resourcing up some stuff. Now, again, Citrus is right that I'm going to need to grab some cobalt at some point in the relatively near future so that I can start making ion batteries. Oh, and you found a cool base last night that looked like a crash-landed UFO, and it was awesome. Dude, I love that stuff. I love that. I mean, they really have the opportunity to put a lot of interesting new things into the game here, and I'm very excited about that. And I'm not going to push too hard, as I said, right now. Again, the real thing I really want is I really want the advanced mining laser. Not a thing here I want more at this moment. Object too close, and again. There's a knowledge stone, apparently, is where you get the blueprints for those guys. All right. I'll have to keep that in mind. Let's get on the right type of planet there, right type of moon. I'm going to go looking for ancient ruins, and it's going to be fun. I found a trading outpost. Helpful. Not the exact thing I was looking for, but it could be a whole lot worse. I really need a crashed ship or some place I can grab another technology. All right. Just shoot my way across the landscape. I don't know. Sort of a cheesy, easy way to collect up some resources. Man, this place is so hard to see. I didn't even see this thing until I was right on it. Crazy. But that's okay. It's a good starting point. Let's rock and roll on down here. I wonder if there's going to be a black market terminal or not. Nope. It is just a regular plain old galactic terminal. Look at that. Boy, am I rich. 4,700 units and 674 nanites. Yeah. Well, I'll sell some of that, although I probably shouldn't. See, I'm not really in a great place to be able to sell much yet. Rancid flesh, bye-bye. Oh, I could sell those storm crystals. I could use the million, but I'm not going to stress about that right now. Because there are other ways to get money in this game. Especially if I can get to a dissonant planet. If one of these moons is a dissonant, just pick up a couple of Sentinel interceptors and sell those off, and that in its own right should be plenty. All right. So this isn't super helpful to me. Now, as I recall also, this is an abandoned system, so it's going to have an abandoned starbase, and there aren't going to be any ships coming here to land. So that's a thing. I'm going to buy all that ferrite dust, and I'm going to buy all that cobalt. Probably could, would, and should get other things like that uranium, that phosphorus. Oh, gee, I might as well just buy everything. And I'm out of money already. All right. Okay. Let's get back over to my starship. And let's hop on board. Let's hop back out. All right, and let's take one last look over here before we sign off for the afternoon at least. But welcome to Expedition 17 Titan. Let me give you a quick recap of where we're at here. I just started it up. So as you can see in Phase 1, I've only made a couple of milestones of progress, which is fine. Just getting started, you get to your ship, you get off into space, it gives you some cool rewards. The basic things that you need as far as technologies go, like your personal refiner is a reward for 1. Your teleport receiver for your ship is a reward for 2. Let's see here. And let's see. Pre-packaged launch auto charger. Super helpful, especially if we're going to be bouncing around and hopping around to a whole bunch of different planets and stuff like that. And then the nutrient processor, so they're going to have us cooking stuff. So anyway, this expedition looks fantastic. It doesn't look like it's super duper hard, but it's going to drive us around to the new planets that they've created, and the new moons and the new different types of life forms, so we can get a real good visual sort of peek at all the new stuff they have unveiled for us in Worlds Part 2 update. And I couldn't be happier about it. Now, the ultimate thing, too, is that supposedly at the end of this, there's a new ship, a living ship, and it's like a manta ship or something like that. And I couldn't be happier about that because I have all of the upgrades for a living ship, and I've just never bothered to use them. So I can upgrade the living crap out of that ship once I get it. So Anyway, if you have not started the Titan Expedition, I highly recommend that you do. It's super cool, and I would say it teaches us and shows us the new worlds and the new upgrades and improvements and creatures and items that they've put in the game. And I love that they use the expeditions as a way to unveil these things to us in a helpful, fun, tutorial-esque kind of a way. So if you haven't done this yet, definitely jump in. And as of Worlds Part 2, I would just say this is sort of a broad, bold statement. No Man's Sky has truly become, in my opinion, pretty much the best game on the market if you're into spaceship games. It's not massive on the FPS front, but as far as exploration, discovery, challenges, puzzles, it has everything. And it's got such a beautiful new faceplate on it that it has truly evolved into a wonderful game. And unlike others where it's like, oh, we just make the game and release it and hope for the best, they've supported it through the years. They've continuously helped build it up, and this feels like the right way to make a game if you want it to last. They listen to the community, they listen to what the people say, and they do their best to fold it all right back in. And No Man's Sky truly has become the pinnacle game for me. Just absolutely love it. Can't wait to get back on it later today. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining me today. And again, I hope that you're having a fantastic day, and definitely jump into No Man's Sky and jump into the Titan Expedition because it's here, it's awesome, and you definitely want to check it out. And lastly, or second to last, I want to thank Citrus, the Dread Pirate Citrus. You should definitely go check out his channel. He's been doing an awful lot of good stuff with No Man's Sky, doing a lot of good streams, a lot of good videos, whether it be the Fugitive Run, the Pirate Run, or just in general, doing the thing. So I highly recommend checking out his videos. He's an awesome guy, and he's got a really good game intelligence, and his videos are awesome, so check it out. And then lastly, I also want to thank all of you. I just happened to look up, and it's like, wow, holy crap, I have 713 subscribers. I didn't see that coming. Thank you all. Thank you all very, very much for supporting my channel and coming on back, and I appreciate you all. So with that all being said, I hope that you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day today, and I will see you next time. All right. Take care, folks. Be well. Fly safe. Bye-bye.